Hello and welcome to our weekly boxing chat here on Sky Sports News. I'm Andy Scott. I'm joined by Gary Logan and two guests with big announcements. So welcome to Dan Azeez and Natasha Jonas. Now, the yellow ticker, the breaking news ticker is ready to go. We've been working them hard down in the basement and there's plenty of breaking news. So Dan, you may go first. So, South London clash with Joshua Buatsi, the rescheduled clash is back on. You can now announce February 3rd, Wembley Arena.
Yes.
You must be over the moon.
Yes, I'm pleased. I'm happy. We had January 13th.
The week before was available, yeah.
But obviously, my trainer buddy's fighting in Canada with Callum for his world title fight. So I'm happy we were able to move it on a couple weeks. February 3rd.
OVO Wembley Arena, yeah. So just to clear that up, so the O2 Arena, where the fight was originally supposed to be held, that was available for January 13th, and that was the date that everyone wanted to work towards. But you can't do that because Buddy McGirt is going to be with Callum Smith, who he trains in Canada with Artur Beterbiev. That fight is live on Sky, I should add. How is the back? Because that was the reason for the postponement in the first place. We've all been waiting with bated breath for this update. How are you?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Back's getting better, healing well. And hopefully by February 3rd, it should be better than ever. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, all that momentum we had first time round, I think is going to swing into this rescheduled bout. Now, Tasha, I don't want to keep you waiting any longer because you've got your own big news and it's big names only for you now. So, Mikaela Mayer, January 20th, a homecoming for you, a defence of the IBF belt at the M&S Bank Arena. I'm learning all of these off by heart, making sure I don't get anything mixed up. But January 20th, that's the fight for you.
That's my fight, yeah. That's the one of... We almost sorted it out between us at the end of our last fight. It was just the particulars and the business side of boxing that we had to put down on paper, and we've done that. It's all agreed, and, you know, she wants to fight, I want to fight. The best woman will win. Yeah,
whether or not it adds anything to it, because I think we've learned now with you, it's we'll fight anybody and we'll fight them anywhere. But to do it in Liverpool, I wonder if that's the one thing that's kind of been missing a little bit, this massive fight. And it is a massive fight because I think we've had a terrific relationship with Mikaela Mayer on Sky Sports so far, an even better relationship with you, Miss GB, from start to finish. But to do it in Liverpool, is that going to add something special for you?
It is. Manchester's been good to me, but home's home. There's no place like home.
No, and it must kill you to say that as well.
No,
I know Nikita Parrish's sister has obviously crossed the divide, but for you, Liverpool.
No, Liverpool's home, and, you know, it just adds a different dimension, and it makes it a little bit more different for Mikaela to go into that atmosphere. You know, last time she was here on our show, she was, the last time before in a big fight, she was against Baumgardner, and it was kind of neutral. But, you know, this time she's stepping into the lion's den, and hats off to her, respect to her for, you know, wanting to come and do that.
You can see her here. I mean, you know what you've signed up for here, and she is a quality operator, unified champion at the weight below. How important will weight be in this? The first time that she will have campaigned at 147 in a championship bout. Yeah,
I think there's a lot of things that I had to go through to mentally and physically to get myself ready. You know, by fighting at that 154 and then 147s, that I've had time to adapt to, and, you know, this may just come a little bit too soon for Mikaela. You know, I'm used to fighting bigger girls, I'm used to fighting light girls, and the speed, and you're not going to get any quicker than Katie Taylor, and you're not going to get any heavier than Decay. So, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I thought you were going to sign that off with us, so good luck. But Gary, it's very interesting, isn't it? I'm putting words in your mouth, but I think I speak for every boxing fan where if you could choose fights to start the year off with, this would be one of them, Jonas Mayer at 147.
Doesn't get much better. You know, two women at the top of their industry, top of the industry now. Natasha's getting all the acclaim that she deserves at this point, and this is like an exclamation on it when she wins. I do believe she wins this fight. I just think it's a fight too soon for Mikaela at this weight. And Tasha's a damn good fighter, and I think she can expose what Mikaela. I think we'll talk about it getting closer to the fight, but I think there's things that Joe's seen that really do convince team Natasha that she wins the fight. I just think that her backhand will land all day long. I think Mikaela is. I know it's crazy, but I think Mikaela's made for Tasha's style.
Blimey, Gary, you're going to get some trouble over here. I should just say, we did want Mikaela Mayer to come on, but the time zones, no one can really blame her. She's in Las Vegas with the time difference. It's, we would have been getting her out of bed to do it, but we will be catching up with her. The exciting news for boxing fans keeps coming. The Monster is back on Sky. You can tune into the undisputed clash between Naoya Inoue and Marlon Tapales on Boxing Day morning. This is the schedule, my word. Put your seatbelts on because it's going to be exciting. Inoue Tapales on boxing on Boxing Day, Gary. Headlines write themselves here.
Doesn't get better by arguably the best fighter in the world today, He's special in every way. Every fight is just clinical. Every ending is clinical. And as I said earlier, you see it drilled in the gym. Every time you've seen a knockout, you'll see a reel that comes out on YouTube, whatever, of him practicing that shot months beforehand. They are clinical, that team, in a way, and he just exhibits it whenever he fights. If it was on at 2 a.m, you know me, I don't get up for fights, but in a way, I always get up for.
There you go. Working my way back along the line. So, Tasha, you mentioned on the podcast earlier today, we've got a huge F1 Grand Prix from Las Vegas. I mean, I wish I was there for that. Can you imagine F1 cars going up and down the strip? But shouldn't look over the fact that Shakur Stevenson faces Edwin de los Santos for the WBC lightweight title. Emmanuel Navarrete defends his super featherweight belt against Robson Conceição on that. But I know, because you talked about it on the podcast, that you're a huge fan of Shakur Stevenson, someone that you think is going to be the face of the sport and pound for pound #1 before too long, and a real force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, I think what makes it... every boxer needs you need fighters to contend with, and he's got that in their division. There's quite a few young, hungry fighters that are all wanting to fight, and for me, Shakur's just the best of them all. Being a fellow southpaw, I just love his style. I love the way he lands shots, and sometimes you hear in fights Joe shouting Shakur, and that there's certain things that we work on that mean different things for different things.
If I had more time, I'd ask you what that call means.
Yeah, I still wouldn't tell you.
Really? Okay. So, but I'm going to listen out for that now. So, Shakur is one of the Joe Gallagher.
What, is Joe just distracting the referee? Isn't
Yeah. I'd love to know the Joe Gallagher playbook. Do you mind if I quickly ask you, Dan, before I go back onto your fight? We've got a good card this weekend. Adam Azeez and Tyler Denny, both challenging for European titles respectively. Richard Riakporhe in a good warm-up fight as well. But Adam Azeez, someone that's impressed you?
Yeah, for sure. It's a young, hungry, explosive fighter. I like the way he's climbing the ranks. He's entertaining. He's got reels for days. Like, sometimes I get a bit jealous, but
This is him in action. This was the best fight. I think his toughest fight today, but arguably his most accomplished performance. Tasha, Adam Azeez, a lot to like.
Yeah, I think we've built him up and we expect so much every time. But this was one of them fights where he didn't have it all his own way. He had to learn. He had to work through the rounds, which we haven't seen him do. And he'll learn more from them fights than those previous ones before.
Yeah, very well said. Dan, as I said, I'm going to come back to you. One of the questions I asked you earlier, and I was intrigued with your sort of response. You peaked, made your physical peak for that, then the injury struck. But that first fight, will you go back into this now with the same mentality for one, or has your mentality changed, and with the same sort of intensity as well? Because it is a fight that we were all looking forward to. It's built up so much. Yeah. You go in with even more sort of confidence and even more sort of fire in your belly. Yeah,
no, for sure. The intensity always stays the same, but there's other things you can do to even that out and balance camp. But yeah, if you don't get that intensity with me, I don't think it's the same Dan Azeez. So it's just little things to tweak. The game's the game, man. It's boxing, man. You're gonna get these things, and I'm definitely more hungrier. The fight's built bigger for me now. So yeah.
Do you wanna shut a few people up as well? There was plenty of. Look, if you live on social media, there's plenty of conspiracy theories, but conspiracy theories that circled around you and your injury, which I don't think you took too lightly to.
At the time, emotions were high and whatnot, but again, it's the game, you know what I mean? You're going to have your naysayers here and there, but the the intensity is the same, the goal's the same. Probably want to prove more people wrong, prove myself right. But yeah, man, it's got all the ingredients for even bigger fight, I think.
I'm going to phrase this differently because you nearly took my head off in the podcast. But the one thing on Joshua Buatsi, the message that's made its way from Boxer to us today, is that he was prepared to wait because he wants to face the best possible Joshua Buatsi. He doesn't want to fight at 75%, 80%. He wants to wait until you're 100% so that you will say, not happening, but he wants to celebrate a win over the best Dan Azeez. Yeah,
that's good for him. But yeah, like I said, he's not beating me. First of all, and secondly, hats off to him because he does come under a lot of criticism as well. So he probably just wants to fight the best Dan Azeez, and do you know what I mean? I want to face the best Joshua Buatsi.
Yeah, I mean, you absolutely cut me in half on the podcast earlier. Gary, I'll bring you in because you didn't help me at all. But this is Buatsi working his way through the ranks. Style-wise, first time round, we built this up because it was the perfect style fight for both guys, and I think I can go straight back there, copy and paste. It's the perfect fight, is it not?
I'm just salivating. The styles mesh so well. Josh a lot of people would say to this point in Josh's career, there's not been consistency. There's not been the consistency that Dan has achieved in such a smaller frame of time. So it's we're going to see whether Josh's management style has worked for him and built him up to this point where he peaks, or is Dan's momentum crashing sort of style where he's got the British, European and Commonwealth titles all in the bag, and now he wants to go in against one of I believe they both are the world's best light heavyweights. And
number one versus number two, if you listen to the rankings.
And the fact that I hate the fact that they're both so likeable. I hate that because, you know, Josh is at our gym. I see Josh working every day, but Dan's energy, I've always warmed to from day one. I've admired him from day one. I've admired what he's achieved. I've admired the fact that he's used role models like Josh Buatsi, ironically, and Anthony Joshua to get to this point. But like now, as I can see it in his eyes, it's game time, and we are getting.
We're the winners, aren't we?
Yeah, we're
the winners here
for a spectacle.
I want to just add another couple on there. So, Karis Artingstol confirmed for the undercard for January 20th, which is your card, Tasha. Also on that card, Jack Cullen will defend against Zach Chelli. Really good fight, that one. Who wants to talk about Jack Cullen? I mean, I think, Tasha, you spoke really well earlier about Jack Cullen. You know what you're getting with Jack Cullen. It's pure entertainment, but he's miles better now than when they fought first time round.
Yeah, I believe so. He probably felt a little bit hard done to, and, you know, we knew all the dangers going into this fight with Mark. And I watched the training camp and everything that you know, Joe was expecting, and he came with more, with that and more. He improves with every fight. He's game, he can punch, and he's good at all the things a tall, lean fighter shouldn't be good at.
Yeah. And he's a winner as well for everybody that's been matched hard and taken a couple of losses early in their career. He stayed the course, and good luck to him. But that's
about it earlier. Stay the course.
Stay the course and believe in the process.
Get an early defeat, and it can really be detrimental. But it's built him. It's character building for so many fighters. You know.
Yeah. Now, Tasha, I'm going to tease you a little bit here, but I also understand that there's a serious side to this because you're a mother to a young girl, but. No Christmas for you, this means.
Me or Dan, it looks like.
Dan, I'm sitting closer to Dan, so I didn't choose him. But, you know...
I'm still having my turkey, I don't know.
I was just thinking more about the chocolate selection boxes.
Yeah.
But that is all going to have to be on pause for you.
Yeah.
And you spoke about the big family is very important to you, but the festive period for you, no chocolates, no sherry, plenty of presents, I'm sure, for your daughter, but...
Yeah. No, people don't realise it's the whole thing about, you know, have a fight like before, especially after Christmas, is trying to get like sparring partners in over Christmas who've just finished the year. You know, they want to go away, have a good day, and then come back in the new year all refreshed, and, you know, they'll be a bit heavy and don't want to spar for a bit because they're too heavy and too out of shape. And it's that dynamic of trying that can be difficult for fights that are, you know, based over Christmas, where you're training over Christmas. And the fact that, you know, Boxing Day, I'll probably be in the gym. Christmas Eve, I'll probably be in the gym. You know, it's all them things that you got to think of, which is why we tried to get it before Christmas, but it wasn't possible. So
Ebenezer Scrooge Gallagher, you've just described him as there. But what I would say is, if you're not in the gym on Boxing Day, we know that there's a great fight on live on Sky Sports in Inoue Tapales. That is all we've got time for this week. So my thanks to Dan, to Natasha and to Gary. Thank you all very much for coming in. Now, remember, boxing on Boxing Day and a scary monster returns, and it's not the Grinch.
Boxing's pride of Japan, Naoya, the monster.
Brilliant, and look at Inoue, what a warrior. He's been slain by the monster, and that was exactly what we were hoping.